Welcome back, guys, to another Consules video. I'm your host, Dinosaur11. We're playing some DUNE Imperium Uprising with the Bloodlines expansion and the community version, which can be found on Hidden Assets and on DUNE Rank server, I believe, which is, held up by Rogerio and Dot. So we're going to be playing in a pretty high-rated lobby. We're playing against Priceless, and Max. Just a little preface here. The audio for this file originally, was not great, so I'm going in and re-commentating over, so my words as I speak might not be exactly as they look as I would be saying. But anyways, let's get started here. We're playing originally in a B tier leader game, but I believe Priceless did not like the row, so we had to restart. But yeah, here we go. We're sitting in 4th position here. We're gonna pick up Jessica just simply because she's one of my favorite leaders. Also, you never know. It might be good for me. Yeah, I know Dot also loves playing Jessica. So, we could get some 2 Jessica lovers in the same game. There's a chance that Dot maybe picks up Steersman simply because, he loves playing like the off-meta leaders as well. However, our Steersman is generally considered good. He can run away with the game. Priceless only hates me as you can see in the chat, simply because the game originally we loaded up was an A-tier game, and Priceless really wanted to play an A-tier game. But then, when we refreshed, we started with the B tier. But yeah, Matuli always is one of the best B tiers, as proven by, Cheesables, I believe, statistics video, where he showed like Matuli is probably one of the best B tier leaders to be played. So yeah, I mean, Matuli is a great spot here. Simply, there's also Driven on the row, so very good for Matuli. Yeah, just to simply make the interface a little bit cleaner, I got rid of the chat names just to give the board a little bit more space. So yeah, Dot was kind of sad that I picked Jessica here. Dot's gonna pick Steersman as we expected, and then for Lady Margot from Priceless. Priceless usually loves the Benny Alliance, so it kind of does make sense for him to maybe pick up Lady Margot Fenring. But yeah, let's get started. We have round 1. Actually, before we start, I guess Dot has to put aside his 4 nav cards, but other than that, yep, he's put aside his 4 nav cards. He's gonna put the 5th away. We don't really know what the nav cards could be. I mean, some of the nice ones are obviously 1 water for a spice slow early on, very good. But yeah, I mean, before the game started, actually in VC, Price was telling me to not go for the Benny Alliance because he loves going for the Benny Alliance, and I just told him like, hey, look, I'm Lady Jessica. I love going for the Benny Alliance myself. Going to espionage, getting a double water, getting 2 card draw, 2 spies seems pretty good. Early on, later on, whatever. So I'm pretty inclined to go for the Benny Alliance. However, like the Fremen Alliance is also equally tempting because I can also double rewards on Fremen. But yeah, Dot is having a pretty tough time here selecting his navigation cards. I mean, who knows what they are. He didn't look like he changed the first one, so he might have just, the spicy slow one. But anyways, let's get started. So round 1, Priceless starts us off with, I guess he's thinking. So, I mean, let's take a look at our hand. We have double access, no refinery access, or no blue access, so we can't go to like Arakeen or refinery. But with this double access hand, I usually like with Jessica just to go maybe like double Fremkit, or like a Fremen, if they're not blocked, because then at least like next round, I might get some option to maybe go like hooks into worms. Yep, Matuli obviously goes to the starting Matuli space, which is refinery, to pick up Driven. Dot goes to deliver supplies because, since Steersman starts with a water deficit, he has to pick up water that way. But yeah, I think the best option for me is probably going to be going to Fremkit or like a tactics here. Maybe you could also maybe pick up like a nice some sort of persuasion, maybe buy like a 4-coster here. Yeah, I mean, put in 2 troops because we kind of want to tell, like, maybe threaten other people to like not deploy. Also, we act last, so if other people do deploy, we can always over deploy on top of them. So yeah, it's just a little threat here. Okay, Lady Margot almost got scared for a second that Lady Margot was going to go to tactics, but they obviously have a secrets contract, so it makes sense that they're going to go to secrets and not deploy. Oh yeah, actually Dot goes to hug a basin. Yeah, you know why? Because Plasteel Blades is on the row. So it makes sense for Dot to, pick up 1 spice from the combat and then have 3 spice for next round so that he can go get Plasteel Blades. Matuli obviously picks up the does the Matuli thing where she picks up a commander. And now for the rest of the game, she has a Driven commander. So, she can just throw in a commander and then retreat it. And yeah, Max is in a good start here. He also picks up a nice contract. It's a 4 Solar Harvest. So it's good. Matuli can, force Solari Harvest early on, if she gets like an alliance, because then her Signet Ring can generate both a Solari and a Spice. Which, if she goes to Haga Basin with an alliance, she can easily pick up 4 Spice. But yeah, the only reason I put in I didn't put the extra troop in here is because, like, if I get second, I don't hate it. Like, it's fine if I get second, because I already have my 2 bumps on Fremen, so I don't really need to go play for another, like another 3rd bump. So I'm maybe better off with like the Spice and Intrigue, because next round, if I get the Spice and Intrigue, I can play my Signet Ring to get another Intrigue using that Spice that I get. So Price picks up Ixion. There's gonna be a Sardaukar coordination from Dot. Bombast shows up for Max, which he, is gladly gonna take. What's his other card though? Azumi is probably gonna be taking the what's it called? Arrakis Observer. That's a pretty good card for him. The thing is, since he's not reeled any swords, right? We know we're gonna be winning the combat since both Max and Dot have no intrigues, right? So we have 4 to buy. So with 4 to buy, my reasoning here was actually Beast Spoils. Even though Siege Reverend Mother would be a great card, because I am Jessica, I need access to both Benny and Fremen, and that card does give me access to both Benny and Fremen. I thought maybe, and it allows me to trash, right? I thought maybe Beast Balls might be better for me, because look, like, I'm already gonna win the combat, which is gonna be 2 icons. I'm gonna get both a trash from Chris Knife, and I'm gonna get a spice from Desert Mouse. As long as I don't match, like, unlike the next combat, I'm gonna get pretty good value from Beast Balls here. So I mean, I'm pretty happy about that. I also get to pick up another bump here. We're just gonna go straight into Fremen. So we have 3 faction bumps already in 1 round. Yeah, and we can also work on the alliance. I mean, lucky for me, I instantly top deck Beast Spoils, which is gonna allow me to go to, say, not Dutiful Surface, Siege Tabor, play my Beast Spoils, get a spice, and then I can use my Signet Ring to go to a different space. But as expected, Dot's gonna go to Assembly Hall, pick up what is this, Plasteel Blades, gets 2 commanders. Lucky for him, he finds Driven, so he gets to get both Driven and what is that, Canny? Yeah. So he's going to be obviously deploying into this combat. We know that. Okay. Yeah, so the next thing is Max. I mean, Max is probably also obviously going to deploy here. Maybe through a Fremkit play, maybe through an Arakeen play. Could maybe just go to Imperial Basin as well. Yeah, pick up some Spice to maybe get the Spencer suits. Maybe not this round, but next round. Which is also a good card for Matuli. Yep. We're lucky for us, we find Beast Balls instantly. We get to also trash our dagger, like, instantly. So we've trashed both of our daggers. It's 2 rounds, and we're gonna be. I mean, the only issue with this line is that we don't actually have much persuasion to buy a card, right? But the question is, like, do we really need much persuasion, right? With this row, there's most 3-costers. There's like a decent 4. There's a nice 4-coster. We're probably never gonna be picking up 2 on spacing, like, early on, to the point where smaller Stopter is gonna be useful for me. But yeah, I think this is fine for now. We get to play our Signet Ring to maybe like Arakeen, maybe to Spice Refinery, maybe to I don't know, accept contract. Like, we also get a water from this combat, assuming nobody else going, assuming that we get something from the combat. Hopefully maybe Price doesn't deploy into the combat. Hopefully maybe Dot doesn't deploy into the combat. However, it seems unlikely given the fact that he has both Canny and Driven, so he does want to deploy into the combat. But let's see what Price does here. Price is going to go to Haga Basin for a +0. Interesting. He's just going to pick up 2 spice here. He's going to put in 2 troops. And what is Dot going to do here? I mean, if Dot has Diplomacy, I would assume he's probably going to go to Fremkit, right? Because, then your Canny becomes active, then you get Driven online, and you're going to have at least 6 strength in the combat. Maybe he has his other dagger too, so that's going to be, 7 strength in the combat. Who knows? But also the other argument for Dot could be maybe just going to deliver supplies and instantly triggering his Nav card, which might be the Spice Slow one, and maybe he gets a Spice Slow early on. Also, get with a Smuggler Stopter on the row, he could. Oh, okay. It actually wasn't the Spice Slow. It wasn't the Spice Slow one. It was the Spacing Guild one, where if you get a water, and if you take 2 on, if you triggered this Nav card and because it was a spacing bump. You get a spice. Oh my god, that was so difficult for me to say. But yeah, I mean, lucky for us, he's not going to deploy in this combat, so we actually have free reign to, go wherever we want with our Signet Ring here and, generate an intrigue. So the next thing is, okay, Max is going to go into the combat here. He's going to go to, what is this, Fremkit. He's going to deploy in, maybe he doesn't deploy. I mean, it doesn't really match for him, so I guess the only person who would want to go for this combat is probably Priceless, because it matches for him and me. But yeah, I mean, I think I actually really like Spice Refinery here because, it just gets me it gets me some value. With 2 Solari, maybe I can maybe pick up a commander. Also, it sets me up for like a future spice refinery. Spice refinery. What is this? Like a go where I can maybe pick up a better like Swordmaster or like have enough solder for High Council. But Arakine's also like equally good here because maybe I could pick up like a 4-coster. Maybe there's some 4-costers. Maybe I could pick up Siege Reverend Mother. Who knows, right? There's also a couple cards I don't want to draw. I mean, mainly I just don't want to draw my Diplomacy because I mean I'd be pretty sad about that. But yeah, oh perfect. We found convincing. So yeah, it was actually better for me to go Arakine and get us an Intrigue than maybe going to Spice Refinery for one spice. Yeah, as I said, it's better to be lucky than to be good. But yeah, I mean, we pick up a nice little market opportunity contract or Intrigue, which is effectively going to give me High Council, might give me Swordmaster later on. Yeah, I mean, Priceless is also spamming this Benny track instantly. He's going to go for this alliance. And, I mean, good for me. I'm actually going to win the combat here, which is going to be an instant match, which is fantastic. Oh, and we have 5 Persuasion as well. So this is going to be an instant, like, snap pick Holy War here, right? 5 Persuasion, we get to pick up... Oh, okay. Dodd was pretty sad about Max picking up the contract card there. Was Dodd going to play into a contract strategy? Who knows? Yep, Priceless picks up Engineered Miracle. Oh... Engineer Miracle is really good because he can maybe pick up like maybe something could show off eventually, and then instantly he gets to buy like a Steersman, like a possible Futures, Overthrow, like if any of these big cards come off. But yeah, we're actually in a good spot here. We instantly matched our mouse combat, so now we still have like a random Chris Knife left. We also, I mean, we only have 1 troop in the garrison, so we're probably not going to be doing much in terms of that. But we do have hooks, and worms are still active. We instantly find our Signet Ring, so we can, go for another memory, pick up another Intrigue. Yeah, I mean, we also have our Diplomacy, so we can maybe go take our Diplomacy to, say, Fremkit, maybe pick up another Water, set up for, like, a Research Station play. This combat does match for me. However, like, I really don't think I'm going to be winning this combat, especially with, Dot's, 2 Commander skills, 3 Commander skills. One of them's Driven, so I didn't want to count it. And if we Worm, his Commander becomes even stronger because he has Fierce. So yeah, if I was Matuli, what am I doing here? Like, I think there's always a good argument to be made where it's like you want to put yourself in your opponent's shoes and ask yourself, like, okay, if I was Matuli, if I was Margot, where am I going? What am I doing? Right? And I'm thinking like, okay, look, I have 3 spice and I have 4 spice, so there's a chance that I maybe go to, say, what's the tech called? Suspensor Suits, and maybe I buy Suspensor Suits, right? And then maybe I can, get some resources that way, get Intrigues, which is gonna feed my troops into the combat. So maybe Matuli probably is gonna be deploying into this combat, and it looks like they're probably gonna go to High Council here, right? This 5 Solar, you want to always make sure that you have that you kind of keep track of, your opponent's numbers in terms of like 8, which is important for Swordmaster, 5 important for High Council, 2 sometimes for commanders. But yeah, we're gonna instantly go to Fremkit, and we actually find our Holy War, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to play my Signet Ring, but also playing my Holy War is not a bad spot here. Yeah, I mean, we get to kill troops, which is kind of nice, obviously. But yeah, as I said, Margot picks up Suspensor Suits. Obviously, they have Ixion too. Yeah, so with Ixion, I think it makes sense for Margot to pick up Suspensor Suits, because they just get Intrigues, and it's also a tech for them, so they need to only get 1 more tech. So, yep, Matuli, as expected, is going to go to High Council. What are they going to buy, though? I assume they're probably going to buy Chum Transports, right? I mean, it makes sense. They bought the what's it called, the 4 tech card, so it makes sense for them to buy it. Oh, that's a good tech. Panopticon shows off. Wow, so now Matuli's in a really good spot, because now they can just focus on playing into the contract strategy that they were already going to be playing on, and now just, fully focus on that. But yeah, I mean, we get a Worm in the combat. Matuli, since we know Matuli is not going to be, deploying any more troops in the combat, we get free reign to deploy this combat, and maybe we can, get second, if Price doesn't deploy, obviously. And I mean, Dot obviously wants to win the combat here, so we want to get second. We do not want to get first. Why? Because this combat really, I mean, the 2 bumps is not really that important for me. I would much rather, in terms of like having tempo in the game, I'm much better off getting the 2 spice, the 2 troops, and the 2 water. Even if it's 2 spice and 2 troops, I'm also pretty happy, because I mean that's basically what Haga Basin would have gotten me, right? It would have gotten me 2 spice, but the 2 water is kind of what I'm aiming for. Let's take a look at what Priceless does here, because if Priceless deploys in this combat, maybe Dot doesn't deploy, and then maybe we can beat Dot into the, maybe we can beat Dot by, like a sword when we play our tactical option for 2 swords. But let's see what Priceless does here. Maybe Priceless goes to contract and doesn't deploy into the combat. No, Priceless is going to get Airy Keen. But how many does he deploy? So my next couple of cards are what? Beast Spoils, Convincing Argument. What else in there? Beast cards. Beast Spoils, Convincing Argument. Dune? I have a Dune in there, yeah. Actually, don't know what else. I think those are my only 3 cards left, right? Because I've trashed both of my daggers. So in terms of what are we gonna buy this round? We want to pick up some sort of Fremen, right? We want to pick up some sort of Fremen. If it's Stilgar, it'd be good. But obviously, Seachar and Mother is also not a bad option. We have what, 2, 3, we have 5 persuasion to buy. So yeah, let's take a look at what's happening in this combat. What is Dot doing? Yeah, Price is gonna go for this combat. Not quite sure why though. It doesn't match for him. I guess he's gonna get a spice somewhere somehow. Because Dot's gonna go to... Oh, Dot's gonna activate his Canny. He's gonna go get another commander skill. Add Gather Support. And then also set up for next combat. No, maybe he's not gonna do that. So Bob is currently watching us. And yeah. I'm just queuing Bob in. And for what my next couple plays and whatever it might be. Oh, Sardaukar Coordination. I forgot he bought that round 1. So yeah, it makes sense he's gonna go for Coordination. And I guess he's going for the combat win here. I mean, he instantly triggers Canny. Yeah. Also, there's a chance that maybe Priceless has like a Retreat Intrigue, right? Because, I mean, it doesn't really match for him. And, like, Priceless isn't a bad player. Like, it makes sense. Like, Priceless would only do this if he really wants to win the combat and has a spice. But then again, like, Priceless also knows that this combat isn't really good for 3 spice early on, especially round 3. Like, if it was like round 5 or round 6, I can understand maybe spending the spice. But round 3, it's not that good. Oh wow, Corrin City shows off. Yep, Matuli retreats. Yeah, I mean we get a troop from Holy War. We're gonna pick up the other Fremen here because just to match with our Holy War so that we can deploy on reveal. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Priceless maybe has a Retreat Intrigue, or if he doesn't have a Retreat Intrigue, he just has like a bunch of swords and he wants to win the combat. To be fair, this could be close. Like if Priceless has like a 3-sword intrigue, contingency plans are out there. Any sort of other 3 clusters are also out there. He could maybe win the combat, but the good thing is if Priceless does have a Retreat Intrigue, he actually gives us he gives us 2nd place in the combat, which is gonna get me a water, a spice, which is gonna give me 2 extra water, which is actually super important because that sets me up for another Deep Desert play, which I can spawn more worms in. But yeah, I mean we also have, our deck is pretty trashed. We've gotten rid of both of our daggers, so we have no dead cards. Unless you maybe count like Seachar and Mother as a dead card, because maybe if I just don't draw Seachar and Mother with the Holy War, then obviously it's useless because then I just don't buy any card there. Sorry, it just gives me no persuasion because Seachar and Mother heavily relies upon the Fremen bond. But yeah, Priceless is really thinking here. Not quite sure what he's thinking about. Maybe a detonation or something? No, he's not detonating, right? What could he be doing? Not quite sure. I had to taunt Priceless, be like, oh, it's taking so long, because he loves to like egg me on sometimes. It's like, oh, you're taking so long, but oh well, it's just friendly banter. Yeah, let's take a look. What could Priceless possibly be thinking about here? Right? I guess he's taking a look at what his future cards are. Is he buying anything else? It doesn't seem like. No, he's just gonna pass. Okay, Dot's gonna reveal here. I would assume. Right? Yeah, I mean, with the text out there, Pano being out there, I mean, Max almost always is gonna go get Pano, right? I mean, it just is so much value for him, right? He gets spies down, which gets him, he only has High Council, right? And the spies are only gonna allow him to churn through Spice and Slow more. He can maybe get his match 1 point. Like he can also generate troops from a Pano, so he can go combat heavy, he can go Spice and Slow heavy, and not worry about factions. He's already gonna go contract heavy because he has Chomp transports, right? But Yeah. So let's see what Priceless does here. Does he have a 3-sword entry? Oh no, he's retreating 3 troops. Oh my god, this is perfect because now we actually get enough to beat Priceless in the combat. So now we can get second in the combat. Wow, I mean this is very good for me. Um wow. Yeah. The one thing that sucks is that Dot picked up Lisan Al Gaib, which is a Fremen card that allows him to maybe chase on Fremen with some other if he as long as he has a Benny card in play. So maybe he could chase on our Fremen alliance, which would kind of suck because we already have that very very locked up. Let's see what we draw into. Oh, we found our Holy War, which is actually not good because that means next round I can't play. I don't have a bond with my Sietron mother. So let's see what the best plan is. I mean, going to espionage isn't a bad idea because maybe I can pick up like Stilgar or something, right? I can just draw into all my cards. So maybe going to espionage isn't actually a bad idea. I get to pick up my memories. I get to instantly trigger my Sietron mother. Like it's not a yeah. I think getting my memories online seems good, right? I can also spend a water here for extra resources, right? Yeah, one spot is obviously going to go on a Benny, and the other spot is going to go on a Swordmaster because at some point somebody's going to get Swordmaster and it's going to unlock it for us. But yeah, I mean we have enough Solari here, or sorry, Persuasion here to pick up Stilgar and maybe another Fremen card, right? Because we have Holy War, for 1, we have Sietron and Mother for 3. Like yeah, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 Persuasion right now. What we could do actually here is maybe go to like Secrets or something and then trash with our Sietron Mother, right? And then we can always deploy on Reveal, right? Because we have Holy War, which is going to get me the Fremen access. And the good thing about this is that even since we also have Holy War, we can deploy troops on Reveal, and we have what's it called, Beast Spoils, which is going to get me swords on Reveal as well. Like this is very good. If I can win this combat, I'll be very happy. Because, I mean, the Spice Refinery flag, as we know, is one of the most broken flags in the game, especially early on, because everybody loves going to Spice Refinery for Swordmaster, for High Council, for commanders. Like, it's a pretty commonly visited space early on, unless people have found outlets for for Solari other ways. Usually, it comes through like the path of somebody getting up like a Corinth City, or somebody, or if the Solari contracts show up like the Arakeen one, or the Emperor one. I forgot what the names of those are. I mean, I know Arakeen was just called Battle of Arakeen, or Siege of Arakeen. I don't know which one it is, but yeah. Oh, also, since we got the Imperial Basin flag, Dot is gonna go to Imperial Basin and give us an extra spice. So that is actually pretty nice for me because now I can maybe go to like Spice Refinery and set up for like a get another memory down. Or actually, not many more. I can't get memories down anymore. I can only get water because I flipped. So my Jessica flip side ring converts a converts a spice into water, which is useful for her because she can go to espionage, spend a water, and get another card draw and a spy. She can go to secrets, spend a water, and get another intrigue, and steal another intrigue. But yeah, we're the only ones with hooks still, so maybe there's an argument to maybe break the wall so that we can deploy worms on Reveal, or not Reveal, just deploy worms in general. Looks like Max is probably going to be going to like Panopticon here. Maybe not this round, but maybe like actually maybe this action or the second action, and maybe buy Spice from Slow and buy Panopticon. Seems like his plan here. Yeah, so going to secrets here makes sense for me. I don't want to recall a spot because obviously I want to still reserve the right to maybe go to espionage at some point. Also, with opportunism found, that is really good because that allows me to maybe bump down in Fremen at some point. And when I go up in Fremen again, I get the water, which allows me to double my rewards on Fremen. So maybe I can go to like Fremkit and go down on Fremen first with opportunism, go to Fremkit, get the water, and then instantly double draw. So yeah, it's a pretty good line for me here. Priceless gonna go play his diplomacy to what's this? Dutiful service. Yep. Dot. I'm not quite sure. Does Dot have Sardaukar coordination in his hand? I'm not quite sure, but let's just see what's gonna happen in this combat. Because Dot. I mean, I don't know if Dot really wants to win the combat. I'm not quite sure. Because if the combat's super cheap, we might as well try to win it, right? I mean, we're gonna be reeling for what plus. We're rolling for at least 9 strength in the combat, 11 with our intrigue. Like, winning the combat seems pretty good for me here, right? Yeah, I mean, we've trashed 4 cards, Seek Allies, Dune, and both of our daggers. So, yeah. I cleaned up the interface again just, because It was kind of taking up a little bit of space. Just wanted to make the board a little bit cleaner. But yeah, it's Max's turn, and I assume he's probably going to get Panopticon here. I would think so. I assume his green's probably going to go to some sort of, assembly hall to buy Panopticon, right? He's going to get a Solari. Yep, here's the Panopticon buy. The question is, what alliance is Max going to go for? I'm not quite sure. But anyways, we have 6 to buy, which is perfect because it's enough for Stilgar. We're going to put in 3 troops here and then instantly go to 9 strength, right? I mean, deploy and reveal is fantastic. Also, at some point, maybe if I pick up like another Fremen, I could actually have enough for a Spice Slow on reveal, right? Or double Spice Slow on reveal, which is actually so many more points for me. And I don't even have to get High Council for me to do this. It just sucks that Priceless went for this combat. Because, like, I mean, if we have 3 intrigues, it doesn't really make sense for him to go for this combat, but I can see his argument. It's like, oh, he's currently getting nothing in the combat, but at least if he does, if he goes for this, if he adaptive tactics, he gets at least something from the combat. So it's like, I guess it's a weird position where it's like he does it only because he wants to, get something from the combat here, right? Like, I guess best case scenario for him is that I have no combat intrigues and he just wins the combat. And like worst case scenario is he gets second and hopes that maybe Dot and Max don't have combat intrigues. But anyways, who knows? Yeah, Max is gonna reveal here. He has 8 persuasion. He picks up Spacing Guild's favor, and I don't know what else. What else does Max pick up here? Max picks up Spaced Unfolding. It's not Spaced Unfolding. What is this called? Spacing Guild's favor, and nothing else. He just buys that one. So yeah, we actually, get to, I mean, as long as he gets to pass, as long as he passes. I'm not quite sure what Max could be thinking about here. I mean, is Show of Strength ever good for him? I don't know. Probably not. But you never know. I mean, he's gonna be generating a decent bit of troops, right? Oh, he's thinking about the Spy. That's right, Panopticon Spy. Okay, he's gonna put on Accept Contract. Yeah, when you're playing a Panopticon strategy, I like putting spies down on any draw space like Frem Kit, Espionage, Arakeen, Privilege, obviously a very good strong space, and Accept Contract also fantastic. Accept Contract is really good for Max because obviously he has the contract card and the contract tech, so he wants to get contracts done. But yeah, here we have, we actually win the combat, and we get our second match of the game. We win the Spice Refinery combat. We have 2 flags now. We have a Spice Refinery, which is going to get me Solari, and then we have the Imperial Basin, which is going to get me Spice. So I think we're set up in a pretty good spot here. We have, 6 points in, what is this, 4 rounds? Like, seems good. We also instantly draw a Stilgar, which is probably not ideal, to be fair. Why? Because I kind of wanted to draw my Stilgar with my other Fremens, because for obviously, like, a Spice Slow and stuff, right? So it sucks that we, drew Stilgar here, but obviously it's not the worst option because we could obviously maybe take it to like Siege Tabor and get, what is this? Get water to maybe go like worms in this combat. Since the wall is there is no wall for this combat, I could, worm. But I mean, I also don't hate Research Station just to maybe draw into my other Fremens, possibly. I mean, I have a pretty thin deck, so it's not unlikely that I could draw into my other Fremens here. There's some nice text that showed off. I mean, Glow Globes is out there. What is that? Nav Chambers out there. So, I mean, there's extra faction bumps. And obviously, ADA. ADA, I'm not really that big a fan of as of right now, because, I mean, it's round 5. Like, maybe the game goes to, like, round 7. Like, I maybe see 3 intrigues. Is it worth 3 spice for me? I don't know. I wouldn't say yeah for that. Yep, Dot's gonna pick up his Swordmaster money. Or does he go High Council here? No way. He's gonna go Swordmaster here. Yeah, he's got 10 Solari, assuming he has green, right? Steersman is one of those leaders that can have issues with access, especially if his first navigation card is like the Spice Slow one, because now, he doesn't start with the Signal Ring, so he has no tri-access card. But yeah, hopefully he has green. Okay, as expected, Max is gonna go pick up contracts here. Picks up a nice little Arakeen contract, which is easily completable. Yeah, Research Station obviously here makes sense, because I just want to draw into my Fremens. I had a Spy there. Okay, we actually did find our, Holy War, so that's going to be a Spice and Slow for me on reveal. So the question is, what am I doing here? So am I playing my, I guess, I should deploy. But I guess I forgot to deploy. It looks like I'm about to end turn. No, okay, I realized that it's finally good time to deploy here. Just 1 troop for now is good. Because we can also the good thing is, if we play our Holy War, we actually get to kill Dot's commander, which is really good because his commander is really strong. I mean, given the fact that he can, instantly just go to Swordmaster and spawn one of his commanders anyways, it's not going to make too much of a difference. But, obviously killing a commander with your Holy War always feels good, right? Oh, Price is trying to play an intrigue. I mean, I assume that, yeah, it's fine. It's not going to change much here. I guess it might have changed if Dot was probably going to go secrets, but there was really, he doesn't have a spy there. Secrets is already blocked, so it seems unlikely. But yeah, I mean, I think this was pretty good round for me. I'm just gonna play my Holy War to any faction space, right? Probably, I mean, either espionage makes sense for maybe I could maybe get like, you know, Siege and Mother and maybe get double spice of slow, but even that seems unlikely, right? Because I would have to hit my even with my Siege and Mother, it only gives me 5 persuasion, so I'd have like 5, 7, 9, 5, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, I'd have like 15 persuasion. It actually wouldn't be enough to get a double spice of slow, even if I had Citra and Mother. Because I'd have to hit 15 and then I'd have to 3 more persuasion. Seems unlikely. So I think I'm probably just gonna be going to either Dutiful Service here or Deliver Supplies here. Yeah, and I think that's probably gonna be it from me here. I also have 3 swords on reveal, which might be relevant in the case that maybe I can get like a second in the combat, which allows me to instantly trash the spices slow that I'm probably gonna buy on this round. Yeah, I only have 2 cards in my deck, which is Diplomacy and Siege, and Siege and Mother. So that's only gonna be what, plus 6 persuasion. And if I play my Holy War, I lose a persuasion, so I'd only have, because my deck right now would give me another what, 5, 6 persuasion. My Stilgar is gonna be 8, convincing is gonna be 10, 12. 13, 14, yeah, I'd be at basically 16 persuasion, which isn't what I want to be at. I'm better off maybe just holding my Siege and Mother next round for maybe so I can maybe play to like espionage, right? Get an extra card draw, and you know, maybe I can find Stilgar again. Like, it just gives me a little bit more options. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna play our Holy War here, just kill, you know, Dod's commander. Not that it's like intentional, but you know, it's nice. Unless I have other intentions. I actually don't remember what I did in this game. It's been a while since I've, you know, played this game, or I've played this game. So commentating for me, in hindsight, is basically watching a new game from scratch. Yeah, a little bit commentary to Bob here. Yeah, he's saying like maybe go for, like set up for like the researching contract, which seems good, especially because my Signet Ring, you know, would generate me water, and also this combat would generate me water, right? Matuli might retreat here. Who knows? Actually, Matuli has the sword, the what's it called, the spy card, which real Arrakis Observer, which what's it called? If you pull a spy on reveal, you get 3 swords, which is pretty nice. Also, she has Stilgar, so that's like another like 6 swords on reveal for Matuli. Yeah, we get to kill some troops. We pick up the contract here, set up for a nice research station play. Next round, we can obviously go to Deliver Supplies to get the water that we need to go research station, right? We also have the 2 spice or 5 Solari in our hand. Maybe we can use it to maybe go High Council later on. Price has a lot of intrigues here. Does he have Spencer? Yeah, he's the one that's the Spencer suits. Yeah, so he's been generating troops pretty nicely. He picks up the Alliance. Oh, that's a good card for him, yeah. But Spencer Suits, Branching Paths is fantastic because, I mean, you get to switch out intrigues, you get Spice for switching out intrigues, and yeah, he's actually literally hammering on this Spencer Suit track. He's going to pick up Shrouded Council, which also generates him more intrigues. The only thing he's missing is Gene-Locked Vault, which would allow him to have 4 intrigues in his hand. Okay, so Dot plays Lisan Al-Gaib, which is actually, you know, it doesn't actually trigger the faction ability, which is good, which is actually really good. So he's simply just going to trash and get a spy from his Steersman Navigation card. When I'm playing Steersman, I kind of like to have a spy down before I trigger that card, because the 2 spice and the intrigue, I feel like it's generally more valuable than maybe just the extra spy, because I can always just get the extra spy like at like espionage. I do like where he placed that nav card. That nav card usually does go on the second tier. Yeah. Oh, he didn't have the 3... Oh, he played a Arrakis Observer. That's right. Okay. So he has 4 swords on reveal. So we're actually not going to be getting anything in this combat here. Okay. So yeah, we'll get our 1 spices of this round, and maybe buy like a Prepare the Way. We have 2 on Benny. So it's not a bad idea to pick up another Benny card. Maybe there's an argument to maybe buy Space Time Folding because I have a Spice and Slow, right? So I can maybe play the Spice and Slow and then like discard. Or if I buy Space Time Folding, I can discard the Spice of Slow. I also do need access to the Risk Plus, right? So it's not a bad option for me. Let's see, Dot's gonna go pick up Sardaukar. Oh my god, Dot is just hammering these, commander skills. Yeah, I mean, we need to score 3 more points, right? And what are these 3 points gonna be from? One of them is gonna be through, I mean, as of right now, I have a pretty obvious line to 3 points here, right? Spice Slow, Emperor, and spacing. That's my 3 points. Or like, if I don't pick up like another bump on like spacing or something, I can always opportunism away, right? So with my hand, I'm thinking my next action is gonna be like starting with an espionage, double draw, because like since the extra bump I can always use to like bump down with like opportunism, right? And oh, actually, what would be good? What would be good for me? Since I know I'm gonna be drawing into both my diplomacy and my Sea Driven Mother, I could go to espionage with my diplomacy, put a spy on Fremkit, play opportunism to maybe go down on Fremen, and then instantly go to Fremkit, get under the water from from picking up the alliance, and then instantly double draw because of my Jessica ability, and maybe I could find Spice Slow that way. Yeah, that's a pretty likely outcome. It might happen. All I need to do is like find Stilgar, right? And I'm gonna be drawing what 5 cards in like a what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in an 11 card deck. I'm drawing 5 cards, but I'm already getting 3 cards. Like it seems pretty likely that I'll draw Stilgar. And then that would be enough for a Spice Slow again. So yeah, I'm surprised that Max actually decided to retreat for 3 troops, retreat for the trash there instead of playing the card for a trash. Because like if he plays 3 swords, right, he forces the intrigue out of Priceless, which I feel like would be better, right? Because like he denies Priceless the match. He also denies. I mean, he's gonna get the trash either way, right? But he also picks up a Spice. I don't know. I guess he's Matuli. Maybe he values the commander more, or he values the what is it called? He values the troop more. Who knows? So yeah, this hand kind of sucks. We have 3 cards that we can't really play. So I guess playing maybe I guess we just have to go to like Siege Chamber, not Siege Chamber. Go to Espionage. Our 2 actions are just gonna go to Espionage and then Fremkit. And yeah, that's it. We do need to pick up like some sort of Solari, or yeah, because we want to maybe trigger opportunism, but market opportunity will help me with that. So yeah. Okay, so I guess my option isn't actually going to go to High Council with market opportunity. It's going to be using the Solari for opportunism. It just shows you like how good of an intrigue market opportunity is. Like it allows you Swordmaster. You can use it for like commanders. You can use it for High Council. You can use it for like, or you could also maybe if you have a lot of Solari, you can just use it to maybe go Spice Refinery, and then you have 5 Solari. You can instantly convert it into 5 Spice and go Highliner. It just gives you a lot of optionality. Okay, what's Matuli gonna do? Matuli seems to be going to probably accept contract here, I would think. I mean, they have a spy on Swordmaster, so they're probably gonna go to Swordmaster sometimes. Probably this round. It is round 6, so let's see. Where did Matuli go? Matuli did not go to Swordmaster. Okay, so they're putting the action back. Matuli's still playing the contract card. I mean, I don't hate going to maybe just accept contract, but the issue is like these contracts aren't really good. Like maybe Sardaukar recall, but like they would still need a Spice for it. They'd have to find the Spice and then go to Sardaukar recall. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how they're gonna complete that contract, even if they do pull it off, right? Oh, it's the Highliner contract. Interesting. He's not gonna pick up the Sardaukar recall. He's gonna pick up a Highliner instead. Okay, so I guess I assume he probably has like some way to get 2 Spice. I mean, he doesn't have any intrigue, so it's not like he could have like a special mission where he recalls a spy for 2 Spice, but who knows? Let's see. I think it's gonna be like an espionage play here, right? Espionage into Fremkit. Cause like maybe actually I think I might be playing my diplomacy here to espionage, because like if I just find my Stilgar instantly, then I don't have to worry about playing my Sea Driven Mother, and maybe I could just double Spice Slow that way. Right? Yeah. So let's see what we draw into. Signet Ring. Okay, one more card. Oh, no Holy War, no Fremen. No Fremens at all. That's not good. Okay. So the spies, we have 2 spies, so we can put 1 spy on Fremen and the other spy on like any card draw space, like except contract would be fine. Maybe back to espionage. Also, maybe just going to maybe having a spy card, having a card draw at maybe a dutiful service would be nice for like Holy War for when you do pick up the for when we do pick up that point. Sucks that Priceless decided to block us on Fremkit. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, so now I guess my only option here is to somehow, I have what? Let's see, 4 cards in my deck. So it's like a 50-50 that I draw into my Stilgar here, right? It's literally a heads up. Like it's a flip coin. If I find if I go to Fremkit, right? And if I go to Fremkit, I'm gonna obviously opportunism first, right? Because then I get the extra water, which is then gonna allow me to spend another water for another card draw. So it's a 50-50 if I find my Stilgar or not. Because what are my next 4 cards? I have Holy War in there, Space-Time Folding, Stilgar. What's my last card? Is it it's a Dune. Okay, it's a Dune. So they're all 1 persuasion cards except Stilgar. So it's literally like if I find, actually, I could maybe go to Arakeen, right? If I hit any Fremen at Arakeen, I actually hit Spice Slow that way as well, yeah. I actually hit, but either way, they're both 50-50s. Yeah, because the chance of me drawing a Fremen, which is either Holy War or Stilgar, is 50-50. And the chances of me drawing into Stilgar with 2 cards in my deck, or from 2 cards in my deck out of 4 cards, is also 50-50. So getting the faction but might be a little bit better. However, maybe you could argue that maybe going to Arakeen with my Signet Ring and getting like another water for maybe next round might be a better option. But let's see. Yeah, I guess the best option might be just going to like Fremkit here. I don't know. Bob and I have been chatting. It seems that the idea is probably going to be going to Fremkit here. Seems like the best idea, right? And it's like I just have to hope and pray that I hit the 50-50, right? Because if I hit the 50-50, then I'm in a really good spot because then I get the opportunism point instantly. Then I'm still gonna have the Fremen Alliance, and all I need next round is just the Dutiful Service point, right? Dutiful Service and Spice Slow again, which is actually gonna be difficult because of the fact that I don't have it's gonna be difficult because I don't have I don't have a way to draw into as many cards again. Like, yes, it would be possible if I can maybe go to like Dutiful Service and then maybe go Privilege, because I'm gonna have some Solari left over from Opportunism, which is gonna be exactly enough for me to go Privilege. But this does assume that I actually do get 2 Privilege, right? Max could maybe block me on Privilege. Maybe Max could even block me on Dutiful Service, right? Like, if I get blocked on Dutiful Service, it's gonna be a difficult round next round. I need to find a Spice Missile somehow. So yeah, we're gonna go to Fremkit here. First card is not. Okay, found Stilgar, 50-50. We hit the 50-50. Okay. Yeah, after the first card, it's a 33% chance that I hit it, but overall odds were 50-50. But yeah, I'm happy with this. I should trash the card. Trashing the Spice Slow here makes sense. Maybe there's an argument to maybe trash the Beast Spoils here. Maybe Bob's saying, because it's like, maybe you don't really want to place in the combat, but also placing in the combat is very good for me because the extra Solari, maybe I don't have to go to Privilege and maybe I can just go to High Council instead. But there's a chance that I don't really get anything from the combat here. Seems, especially with the fact that I don't have Holy War in my hand, I can't really place in the combat. And maybe I should have taken like the extra Spice on reveal would be a little bit better. Because I'm never going to be playing either my... Actually, no. There's a chance that maybe I play my Beast Spoils here. Because if I play my Beast Spoils, like, at least it gives me access to, like, Arakeen, and I can, draw a card that way, right? Maybe get access to, like, Spice Refinery and maybe go Privilege or something. Like, there is some arguments to be made for picking up, for maybe keeping my Beast Spoils. Because I can, use it as access. Let's see what happens in this combat. I mean, as of right now, like, I feel like we're in the lead here, but Dot's not too far behind here. And Max himself, like, he's got Panopticon points. I mean, he's yellow, right? So he's got 1 point on Benny, 1 point. He's literally got 4 Panopticon points. Like, and he can probably score the spacing. He can probably score the contract point with the Highliner. Like, he's in a pretty good... I mean, he doesn't exactly have, his spacing bump or his Benny bump. I feel like it's going to be pretty likely that he will get there, though. Yeah, I feel like... I mean, we have the Spice Missile now. We don't have another way to end the game, or like another point to end the game. So yeah, I think buying a Prepare the Way is probably the best because, it just gives me a little bit more optionality in terms of getting having 2 persuading cards in my deck. And also it's also just draw power. Since I have 2 on Benny. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in terms of the game. Like Priceless also like has a couple of intrigues behind. Like he's gonna get a Spiceless this round, but that puts him up to 7. Dodd this round is going to be, if Dodd has 5 spice for a point behind, he could totally, you know, be on like 7, 8 next round, and then all he has to do is get a Emperor bump, that's 9, and Spiceless is 10. Ooh, Dodd could also be on 10 next round. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Like yeah, we had a really good start, but I mean, Dodd, you know, finding his Emperor bumps, or sorry, he's finding his bumps and finding his commander skills, is actually, you know, really close in this game. Like to be fair, everybody has a shot in this game. I mean, Max could maybe could be going for next combat, right? And if the next combat matches for Max, you know, that would put him in a really good spot. Wow, yeah. Because, I mean, he currently has, what, 4 points from Panopticon. That puts him up to, what, 6? Spice Slow is going to be 7. Contract is going to be 8. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Max looks to be in a really good spot here, too. There's the spice that he has. Okay, now he's going to go Highliner next round. He has his Diplomacy, so he's obviously going to Highliner next round. He has a Spy there, so he's going to... Well, actually, he's going to Highliner, win the combat, probably, and then get a card draw, and he's probably going to have Spice Slow as well. Wow. So Max is also really, you know, set up for this game. Priceless can probably be set up for this game in terms of like his intrigues. Like he could have maybe, I don't know what he could have. Like if he picks up another 3rd tech, like he probably has the 3 tech end game. He could have like a 3 water end game possibly. I mean, obviously he could have the double Spice Slow one because he's gonna get a Spice Slow this round and the Spice Slow next round. So who knows? Yeah, actually, I mean, originally, like if we closed out the game this round, we would have won, but we just can't close out the game. Like we're 1 action short, like we're literally 1 bump short, right? If we had a bump on Dutiful Service, right, we would win the game. But on Emperor, we win the game, but we just don't have it. And actually, this has made the game extremely close. Yeah, like this is yeah, Price can pick up, what is this? Price could pick up a bump on spacing next round. Splice must flow, which is going to be 9. And then any sort of endgame would be 10. Ooh, wow. Yeah, it sucks that we didn't pick up anything from the combat here. It's just, yeah, Dodd's commanders is so strong. I mean, Loyal Commander with a Fierce Commander and Canny. Like, Andy's got 2 reveal effects too. Okay. Okay, so we actually found some, we have good options now here. Okay. Now we can go to Dutiful Service, and then, as long as it's not blocked, right? They can go to Dutiful Service, and then go to, Privilege. Yeah, so I guess now I feel really dumb for putting the Spy from Espionage on Accept Contract. Yeah. The only reason I put it on Accept Contract, it was like, if I need card draw, and I just, like, absolutely need it, but the only way for me to, like, have a chance here was to actually put the Spy on Privilege, or put the Spy on Dutiful Service. Oh my god, we're so lucky. Max did not block us on this combat, or Max did not block us in this on Dutiful Service. I mean, obviously it makes sense, you know, Max has other things to do. He has to complete his contracts. He has to get a spacing bump as well. Like, yeah, he instantly goes to 20 strength here. He can probably go to Research Station as well. He has a Spy on Research Station, so he's probably going to go to Research Station, find the Spice and Slow that he needs. Yeah, we're going to pick up the High Council. I mean, the contract really doesn't matter. We have our 10th point now. We just have to hope and pray that somehow we don't lose it to, like, Change Allegiances by Dot. Yeah, because Doc could maybe go to Fremen and then instantly change allegiances into our alliance. He also has Lisan Al-Gaid, so that could also, you know, help him threaten our alliance. What's Priceless doing here? Priceless is going to go put a Spy on Privilege here, because of a Dutiful Service, which is actually going to be removed by us because of Holy War. So Holy War has multiple effects. It has the effect of killing troops, but also any person spying on that space has to remove their Spy. So we're going to deny Privilege access to Priceless here, and maybe he misses Spice and Slow, and, you know, maybe that can, you know, stop him from getting, like, a second endgame or something. Maybe we also stop him from switching out an Intrigue. Like, I mean, you know, the Intrigue swap also stops him from deploying another troop into the combat. So, I mean, maybe he could pick up some Spice from the combat and, you know, score points that way. I don't know, actually. Okay, so Dot looks to be probably going to go to Sardaukar here. He has the contract set up. He could also just have 5 spice for the navigation card, which is like which is typically put on the 4th tier anyway. It's like if you have 5 spice for a point, or it's just a card draw. Yep, Max is gonna go research station, draw 4 cards actually. He's gonna draw 3 from the spy and then 1 from completing the contract. So yeah, Max is actually in a really good spot here. He needs to somehow find an espionage bump here though. He needs to find a Benny bump here. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how he's gonna do it. How is Max gonna get the espionage bump or the Benny bump here? We're gonna recall here. Hopefully find our Stilgar. No Stilgar. We find our Beast Spoils instead, which is not fantastic. Yeah, so I mean, we get to move our spy, we get to recall our agent from dutiful service. Oh yeah, now we can taunt Priceless and be like, hey, Priceless, if you wanted to go dutiful service, now you can go dutiful service. Because I believe in the voice chat when we were happening, he wanted to go to dutiful service. Yeah, I mean, I get to move Priceless' spy, so he gets to, he can't go to privilege anymore. So yeah, with these intrigue generating cards that he has with Suspensor Suits, I mean, it's a very good combination here. He's gonna go to Eric Keen here, probably recall and find Spice of Slow. I mean, he could have what endgame could he even have? Like, he qualifies for the Spice of Slow one. He could qualify for the Ornithopter match. What's happening? Like, okay, so Dodd, what's Dodd doing here? Dodd could find like if Dodd finds Emperor, Benny, and Spice of Slow, he's on 10. Yeah, so I guess my option here is to try to find like a way to get Spice here. Or my other option here is somehow if I can go to Fremkit, right, what I can do is maybe hit my 1 and 6 and find my Stilgar, which would get me a Spice Slow instantly because the Stilgar would be worth 6 persuasion because I have 2 Fremens active. Yeah, 6 persuasion and then 8 from convincing and then 9 from space time folding. So if I hit the 1 and 6, I would have Spice Slow. Also, a second benefit of going to Fremkit is that I can get change allegiance into unless like Dot specifically goes to like Fremkit and decides to go and like goes to tactics and then change allegiances, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's my option here. Either I play it safe and end on just 10 and just try to Spice Max, or I go for the 1 and 6. It's kind of difficult because there's actually really no way for me to tell how much everybody else is going to be ending on. Like, Dot has 1 intrigue, right? With 1 intrigue, what could he possibly have, right? Like, if it's change allegiances, then he has to find a way to get Emperor and Benny in order to, and Spice Slow in order to win the game. Max here, he has 4 points. He needs to find a bump on Benny right now, which is he's probably going to find it right now. So he's going to go to Benny, I would think. Right, yeah, Max is probably going to go to Benny just right here to just activate his Benny bump. And he's going to have 4 points on, he's going to have 4 points for Panopticon, which is going to put him up to 7. This combat is going to get him at least 1 point, which is 8. Contract is going to be 9, and then Spice Slow is going to be 10. So he could actually have 10, he could actually be at 10 points here. If Max somehow hits, if Max also has, 2 Solari, along with, picking up the Benny point, the Benny friendship or whatever, then, yeah, he might actually win the game here. Who knows? So it's still Dot's turn. I guess Dot was thinking, okay. So what does Dot do here? He's choosing not to deploy right now. I mean, he has 12 spice. So yeah, I mean, now he has enough to go Sardaukar and also like Highliner or something, right? Let's see what he does here. Max's turn here. Max obviously has to go to Espionage, or he needs to find some way to get to the Espionage. He has no intrigue, so that can't really, that's not gonna help him. Yeah, I guess he has to risk and go to Espionage here, right? And Priceless is gonna get Spice Slow and have, if he has any endgame in those 3 endgames, in those 3 intrigues, he has me beat. So it's like, I just have to hope and pray that I can maybe hit a 1 and 6 on Stilgar. And then maybe I would have the game confirmed, right? Okay. Oh, really? He's gonna go for the Spice and Slow. Or no, not Spice and Slow. What is he going for? He's choosing not to take his Benny bump. Okay. What could he possibly be playing for? Double Spice and Slow? Oh no. He's gonna buy Prices No Object. He wants to have 15 persuasion so he can buy Prices No Object. Oh my god, that makes sense. Yeah, I totally forgot to check the row. He's gonna go to Assembly Hall to have 15 persuasion to pick up Prices No Object, which is gonna get him the 2 Solari that he needs for the combat. Right. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, now I'm in a difficult position here. Either I can spice max, right, by just playing like a Dune the Desert Planet to Fremkit, or sorry, to what to my own Imperial Basin. Yeah, we missed the spice and slow. Or sorry, we missed the Stilgar, but we found spice, which is actually, I mean, net zero spice from playing that card. Um, or I guess it's -2 spice, because it's like I would have instead of if I'd gone to Imperial Basin. But yeah, we're gonna end up on 3 spice here. Okay, Priceless is gonna, worm the combat. He's gonna break the wall. I mean, not that it really matters. I guess he's just trying to find a lot of spice. Like if he has any endgame here, right? He's gonna beat us in this combat, and that's gonna be like what, +6 spice for him. So he's gonna be on 7 spice. So we just have to hope that Priceless doesn't have an endgame or something. Oh really? Sardaukar coordination. Okay, so he's going for the alliance. Or sorry, he has the alliance. Um, let's see. There's the alliance. Um, he's gonna take. I assume he's gonna take the commander. Probably buy Desperate. No, Desperate is not even there. Does he even have any commanders he can buy? I guess he could buy like Hardy or something. Um. Okay. What is he doing? Hmm. I mean, yeah, we missed the 1 in 6, so it kind of sucks. But huh. I guess Dot's gonna go into like a, deep think here. I mean, he has a spy, which he can put the spy on probably like privilege, I would think. He also has to recall an agent from Sardaukar, because he completed the contract. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of lines here where Dot maybe could find a win here. I mean, he could all he has to do is find a Benny bump. I mean, he has 2 intrigues, right? He did just find one of those intrigues. Like if one of those intrigues gives him a Benny bump, maybe he can find a way, right? Or I mean, he also has a spy on Benny. Like he could literally just, if he has his diplomacy, just go to Benny, right? Go to espionage, pick up 2 cards, and buy a Spiceman Flow, right? That's 9 at least. He has a commander with combat, so that's gonna be charismatic. So I mean, he's probably gonna be on a Spiceman Flow here. And we just have to hope and pray that he doesn't have an endgame. Yeah, as expected, max is 15 persuasion, which is exactly enough for price is no object and a Spiceman Slow. So that's gonna put him up to 30 strength here. Yep, there's enough. That's all he needs for this combat now. So yeah, he's got what, 2. He's gonna be looking to pick up 3 points from the alliance actually. Only yeah, he's gonna have 3 points from factions here. So that puts him up to what? 7. 2 points from the combat. That puts him up to 9. Okay, so I guess he could have an end game. Oh no, he has the contract end game. Oh, that's the 10th point. Yeah, he has the contract end game. That's 10. So yeah, we actually missed our spices odds here. I mean, there was literally only one out, right? If I find my Stilgar. And I drew how many cards? I don't even know how many. Yeah, I literally drew 2 cards. Like, unless the next card on my deck was Stilgar, which it wasn't. That's what I checked. Because then I'll be really sad that I didn't put the spy on accept contract. Instead of accept contract, I would have hoped to put the spy on maybe privilege, or sorry, dutiful service, and then maybe I would have drawn the extra card, which would allow me to get Stilgar. But my Stilgar was not on top of my deck. Yeah, we rule for 4 persuasion, and yeah, that's gonna be, it for me. Priceless does rule for a spice and slow, takes his Ixion bump as well, which is actually not relevant. Oh, actually no, he ruled ahead of us, so he's been done this. Yeah, Dot is in a really, like, he's thinking a lot here. Not quite sure what he could be thinking about. He could maybe pick up, I guess he has like a Benny bump. Like, yeah, Max is just setting up for his end games here. Like, Dot's the only one thinking here. Not quite sure what could possibly be going through him. Like, there's not many. I mean, I'm looking at his points, right? Spices those 1, right? The question is, how is he getting the other? Like, how is he getting the second point here, right? There's not many games he qualifies for. He doesn't have 3 techs. He doesn't have 4 contracts. He doesn't have 2 Spiceman flows, right? Like, what could he qualify? He doesn't have any matches either. Like, he literally qualifies for nearly 0 endgames. He doesn't have 3 water either. I guess Shadow. No, Shadow. He literally qualifies for 0 endgames here. So Dot needs to find a way to get like 2 bumps on Benny and Spiceman slow in order to beat me here. Not quite sure how he's gonna do that. Like, yes, Nav Chamber is on the row. He doesn't have high council, but it doesn't matter. Like, you could just go to maybe go like gather support and buy Nav Chamber. That's only one bump on Benny. Where's the second bump coming from? And like, if he goes to and maybe he goes gather support and buys Nav Chamber, then the question is, where is he gonna get? You know, does he have enough for Spice and Slow? I mean, it seems pretty likely that he has enough, right? He's gonna go secrets. Okay, not gonna go espionage. He's gonna go secrets instead. That's interesting. Why? I guess to like Spice Max. I don't. I don't even know. Like, what could he be possibly playing for? I don't know. I'm baffled. I guess maybe just find like an end game or something. He doesn't even have Spice, but he has 7. I'm so confused. Why would you not go espionage then? Oh, he has glow globes. It doesn't even matter. He always knew the top card. Oh my god, strategic stockpiles. There's the 5 spice for a point. Okay, there we go. There's 5 spice for a point, and then any endgame. But the thing is, he doesn't even qualify for any endgames. Like, what could he possibly have? He doesn't have 2 spice and slows. Like, how is he getting the last point? Oh my god. Yeah, strategic stockpiles is like the... Oh my god, there it is. Nav chamber. Oh my lord. Okay, so he's on 0 spice, and then actually he's gonna end up getting 3 spice from the combat, which is gonna beat me on Solari tie breaks. Oh my lord. Oh my god. That just goes to show you exactly, like, well, assuming that, you know, Priceless doesn't have it like an end game. It doesn't look like he does. He has, you know, 5 swords, but sure. Let's see. I guess he's just playing the 5 swords. I mean, let's take. I mean, does Max have 3? He doesn't have 3 techs because, you know, Dot just played that intrigue. What is Max doing here? Okay, does Max have an end game? Oh wow! I mean, so we actually lose this game on what? Solari tiebreaks to ... here. Oh my lord! What a close game. I mean, actually, Priceless had 2 end games. He just doesn't qualify for any of them. So he was actually really close in the game as well. Max hit 10, just couldn't find the spice or, you know, the endgame match or just the combat match. Wow, I think this is probably the closest game that I've played in a long time. Like, the fact that we went to round 7 on almost every single player in this table had a shot at winning the game, and the fact that this combat or this, you know, this game came down to what, spice tie breaks? Not even spice tie breaks, Talari tie breaks. I mean, extremely well played from Dot, right? I mean, there was like only 1 or 2 lines that he had a way to, you know, find the points. I mean, strategic stockpiles obviously does help, you know, his case. I mean, you know, lucky for him that we also missed our Stilgar. To be fair, like, it wasn't very good odds that we were gonna hit it, but, you know, we missed it, and, you know, that finishes that. We also, since we reeled early and had no intrigues, Dot knew exactly how much spice and Solari he needed to beat me in the combat, or, you know, beat me in the game. So yeah, having last section actually changes a lot of things here. I mean, it also goes to show you, like, sometimes this, you know, that one spice that you like, that very close tie breaks. Like, maybe if I just taken the safe route and gone to Imperial Basin, I would have been on like 5 spice instead, and that would have been enough to, you know, win the game. But since I chose to, you know, risk it for 1 and 6, which is like a gamble effectively, I would have, you know, I missed the 1 and 6. I end up losing the game on 1 spice. Also, if I just revealed there's also a world, maybe I could just reveal the what's it called, the Siege Reverend Mother, and just go to like accept contract or hike, or, you know, just go to some place that draws me a card, draw my spice or slow, and that would also been enough to have to beat Dot in the game. Yeah, anyways, like, what a close game. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys on another Consules video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more.